Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well. My name is Sarah, and I've been a diarist for almost 40 years. So I am not new to the art of journaling, but I am new to the art of making YouTube videos. So please have patience with me. This is my second one, and hopefully, just like my diary, over time and lots of practice, it will improve. This is my current diary that I started in January. It is now May. So I am already prepping and looking forward to using my next diary. Um, as I watch a lot of YouTube videos for inspiration, I enjoy listening to stories where people talk about how they got into journaling or the why of why they journal. So I felt this evening that I would sit down and journal my own why. I will share that with you. This is a picture that my mom took. It's just a stack of some of my older journals from in the very beginning. And I printed it out on my brand new little printer that just came today from Amazon that I'm super excited about. So why do I journal? My birthday and Christmas are 3 weeks apart. I'm not sure if I got my very first diary in December of 1985 or January of 1986. My mom is also a diarist and has been journaling since about 1965. My first diary was a small 5-year diary with a little lock. Over the years, it fell apart. The first few months were lost, and the cover ended up in the trash. I wrapped it in red paper and labeled it My Dairy. So, my first diary was a gift from my mom. In the beginning, I was inspired by Anne Frank, which we had just learned about in school. I wanted to be that girl who had boyfriends and secrets to write about, to feel popular at least in my own head, as I confided in the little book with the lock. That motivation quickly fell away, and a longer lasting one took its place. I was a real little girl with her own little story. I was a military brat, and in 1986, I was 10. I had already lived in 3 states and was also in my second school. We were stationed in New Mexico, and the closest family was over 1,000 miles away. I mourned the loss of friends already left behind. I wasn't close to my parents, and my siblings were my 2 little brothers. My diary quickly became the non-judgmental friend I needed to talk to. Of course, there were still plenty of hinted secrets and boys. Germany came next, and I now wondered if I would ever see New Mexico again. My school, my friends, would they all forget me? My diary was now a memory keeper. I may fade from history for them, but my sense of identity was tangled with holding on to the past. My junior year of high school was a pivotal moment. I became a teen mom and got married. It was now 1993, and I had been journaling for 7 years. Like many teen marriages, it was unhealthy, and for personal reasons, I won't say much about that. But my journal really changed for about 2 years. My husband did not respect my boundaries, and I knew my diary was no exception. We couldn't afford TV. Cell phone and internet were distant. I did a lot of reading to escape my reality, and I wrote about the books I was reading, work, and my son. I escaped that situation when I was 19, but it turned me into a document hoarder and an Aaron Brockovich wannabe. I wrote down every little detail of life like I was constantly preparing for trial or for detectives should my body show up in a ditch. It probably took me about 6 years to relax, and my journals finally shifted into another phase. I'd finally remarried and now had a second son. I wanted to capture more of the joys of parenthood. I wanted to grow. TV and internet were now a reality, and I explored various self-help books. In 2015, my grandmother passed away. Although she had Alzheimer's for several years before that, I watched as she forgot who I was. My other grandma currently has Alzheimer's as well. I worry about my very identity evaporating into thin air. I interviewed a World War II veteran who had been a POW. He had albums of photos of the soldiers he had been with during that time. He struggled to tell me who they were. He looked me straight in the eyes and he said he wished he had written their names on the back of each photo. He said he never thought in a million years that he would forget them. My diary is my memory keeper. Although I've been journaling for nearly 40 years, I never stop experimenting. Doodles, photos, junk journaling, bullet, art, they are all styles to learn. I test them out and absorb any part that brings me joy. So there you are, the Cliff Notes summary of why I've journaled for so long. How else would I remember all of those boys and my secrets? I would love to hear your story of how you started journaling and why you still journal. What is your motivation? How often do you journal? And do you plan to continue journaling forever like I do? So leave me a comment. If you like this video, give me a like. If you want to subscribe, I plan to keep making these, and hopefully, like I said, each one will get better as I get more comfortable. So you guys have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Bye.